"6:45 a.m. This is the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. The news edited by J. Yogaraj and read by Mario Vijayavardhana. The headlines. Western Province schools for all the grades resume education activities after a year. The Sri Lankan government says there is no harm to the Sri Lankan shipments or transshipment matters due to the blockage in the Suez Canal. Stern legal action will be taken against those responsible for the substandard coconut oil. A massive development program in the Nuwara Eliya area under the Visions of Prosperity to commence on the 23rd of April. The National Vesak Festival for the year 2022 will be held at the Kuragala Rajamaha Vihara. The Cabinet to decide on PC polls today. In coronavirus news, 237 positive cases in total recorded yesterday. 2 more COVID-19 deaths brings the tally to 651. In news overseas, Mozambique, dozens dead after militant assault on Palma. In sports news, striker Dani Olmo scored a stoppage time winner as Spain edged past Georgia in 2022 World Cup qualifying groups. Western Province schools for all grades resume education activities after a year. Accordingly, the Education Ministry says that all grades in all schools, including preschools in the Western Province, will open today. The Ministry has taken this decision after the recommendations given by the Director General of Health Services. Academic activities of grades 5, 11 and 13 of schools in the Western Province commenced earlier this month. Meanwhile, the Sri Lanka Transport Board says the Sisusarya bus service transporting school students will resume with the resumption of schools. Meanwhile, the Jaffna District Secretary K. Mahesan said yesterday that all the schools in the Jaffna Education Zone will be closed for a week from today till April 5th due to the spread of COVID-19. A giant container ship remains stuck sideways in Egypt's Suez Canal for a fifth day as authorities prepare to make new attempts to free the vessel and reopen a crucial east-west waterway for global shipping. The Ever Given's owners say a gust of wind pushed it and its huge cargo of more than 20,000 shipping containers sideways in the canal on Tuesday, wedging it between the canal's sandy banks. The massive vessel got stuck in a single-lane stretch of the canal a few miles from its southern entrance. Bernard Schulte, ship management, the technical manager of the Ever Given, said an attempt on Friday to free it failed. Plans were in the works to pump water from interior spaces of the vessel, and 2 more tugs should arrive to join others already trying to move the massive ship, it said. An official at the Suez Canal Authority said they plan to make at least 2 attempts to free the vessel when the high tide goes down. A maritime traffic jam grew to around 280 vessels on Saturday outside the canal, according to canal service provider Leth agencies. Some vessels began changing course and dozens of ships were still en route to the waterway, according to the data firm Refintiv. Shoei Kisen President Yukito Higaki told a news conference at the company headquarters in Imabiri in western Japan that 10 tugboats were deployed and workers were dredging the banks and the seafloor near the vessel's bow to try to get it afloat again as the high tide starts to go out. Meanwhile, the Sri Lankan government says there is no harm to the Sri Lankan shipments or transshipment matters due to this problem. There is no adverse impact on Sri Lanka due to this issue, the government said in a statement. Minister Kehelia Rambukwala says the National Vesak Festival for the year 2022 will be held at the Kuragala Rajamaha Vihara. The minister revealed this information while participating at a function yesterday. It should be noted that this year's 2021 National Vesak Festival will be held in Jaffna at the Nagadeepa Rajamaha Vihara. This news broadcast comes to you from the Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. A final decision regarding the amendment of the laws pertaining to the provincial council elections will be taken at the cabinet meeting to be held today. Janaka Bandara Tennakone, the Minister of Public Services, Provincial Councils and Local Government, presented two alternative proposals to the cabinet last week regarding the holding of the provincial council elections. The proposals were to hold the PC elections either under the old system or to amend the new act and hold elections under the mixed system. The final decision in this regard will be taken at the cabinet meeting tomorrow. Meanwhile, the provincial councillors of the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna requested the government to hold the provincial council elections expeditiously by any means. The epidemiology unit of the Health Ministry says that another 69 persons have tested positive for COVID-19, increasing the total number of cases reported yesterday to 237. This brings the tally of coronavirus cases identified in the country to 92,088 thus far, while the total recoveries have reached 88,623. Presently, there are 2,906 patients who are being treated for COVID-19 at hospitals and treatment centres.
A mother knows the pain of each member of the family. Siddhalepa, the trusted relief for aches and pains.
An effective therapy for relief from cold, sneezing, flu, headaches, swelling due to toothaches, rheumatic, discomforts, and muscular aches and pains. Siddhalepa, the Veda Mahatmya in every home.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
The Urban Development Authority, on the instructions of President Gotabaya Rajapaksa and Prime Minister Mahinda Rajapaksa, the Minister of Urban Development and Housing, is planning to launch a massive development project covering several cities in the Nuwara Eliya district on April 23rd. According to the Visions of Prosperity policy statement, these development projects will be implemented in line with the city development plan throughout the country. Under the proposed development project, the Nuwara Eliya, Pundala Oya, Nanu Oya, Ginigathena, Walapane, Rikiligaskadda, Pussallava, Kitulgala and related areas are to be developed. Accordingly, the Nuwara Eliya racecourse will be developed in accordance with international standards, and in parallel a football field, an athletics training ground, 2 volleyball courts, 2 basketball courts, a cricket ground, a cable car project, a walking path, horse race lanes, a carnival complex, a stable and a network of restaurants are to be built. 4 projects have been proposed for the development of the Walapane town. Under Trade and Administration building will be established 2 in the Walapane town. In addition, it is proposed to construct a car park and a bus stand. 2 development projects are to be implemented through the Rikirigaskatha Town Development Plan. Under this, it is planned to construct a commercial building and widen the roads. The Ginigathena New Town Development Project is another project under which the Navalapitiya-Hatton Highway will be upgraded. In addition, a shopping complex providing various services will be constructed. The project also includes a number of small projects implemented separately by the Ambagambua, Kotagala, Nuwara Eliya, Kotmale Pradesha Sabhas in the Nuwara Eliya district and the Hatton Talavakale Urban Council and the Nuwara Eliya Municipal Council. Meanwhile, the government says stern legal action will be taken against those responsible for substandard coconut oil. It is reported that a few stocks of substandard coconut oil is distributed to the local market by some groups. The matter is being investigated. The controversial oil is also suspected that it might promote cancer. Therefore, the government has taken the matter seriously and investigations are in place. Those found guilty will be dealt with. State Minister Shehan Semasinga says the environment will not be polluted under any circumstances. The minister said that President Gotabaya Rajapaksa is of the opinion that no one will be allowed to pollute the environment. The president also instructed the relevant officials to cultivate all abandoned lands as much as possible to increase the local production. The use of chemical fertilizers will be limited in the near future.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Veda Mahatmya.
Brush your teeth twice a day for healthy teeth and gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, your trusted brands in oral care for many years.
Supiriviki Ayurvedic toothpaste for adults. Kakulu Ayurvedic toothpaste for kids. 9 Ayurvedic ingredients of Supiriviki will protect your teeth and strengthen your gums. Supiriviki and Kakulu, products from Siddhalepa.
The Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation, which conducts a Ratana Sutra Pirit recitation at island-wide viharas, has made arrangements to conduct today's program at Marambe Purana Rajamahawihara. This is the 146th chanting program of the series. The program will be aired live from 6:30 p.m. today through the Sinhala Commercial Service, the City FM and all other regional services of the SLBC. And now in Watchlight, motorists and residents of the Vellavatta Pamankara area once again complain about the frequent road excavation work on the Pamankara W.A. Silva Mavata roads. This has caused immense difficulties to the motorists and residents. The complaint has been made several times, but still no action has been taken. There are instances where sudden excavation work takes place even after completing the road carpeting work. This is for the attention of the Road Development Authority, the City Traffic Police and the Ministry of Urban Development.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
In world news headlines, Mozambique, dozens dead after militant assault on Palma. Brisbane locked down Australian city to shut down over 7 cases. Kurdish-led campaign underway to rid Al-Hol camp of IS. Dozens of people are dead following an attack on the town of Palma in northern Mozambique, according to a spokesperson from the country's defense department. 7 were killed trying to escape a siege on a hotel, said Omar Saranga. Hundreds of others, both locals and foreigners, were reportedly rescued. The area has been under attack by Islamist militants since Wednesday. Witnesses have described hiding out while waiting to be rescued by boat on a beach strewn with headless bodies. The Australian city of Brisbane will enter another snap 3-day lockdown to contain a coronavirus outbreak which has grown to 7 cases. The Queensland state capital, home to over 2 million residents, will begin the lockdown at 5 today local time. In January, the city also shut down for 3 days due to a single case. Kurdish-led security forces have made arrests inside a camp in northern Syria holding family members of Islamic State group members. The operation at Al-Hol camp was aimed at rooting out IS followers after violent incidents, some fatal. Several dozen people are reported to have been killed there this year. An IS recruiter and 8 others were arrested at the camp, which also houses refugees and internally displaced people. And now the main points of the world news segment. Once again, Mozambique, dozens dead after militant assault on Palma. Brisbane locked down Australian city to shut down over 7 cases. Kurdish-led campaign underway to rid Al-Hol camp of IS. That was world news.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of...
From the first step you take till the time we meet, the trusted leader prioritizes you always. All you need under one roof. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News is brought to you by Nivea along with CIB. Valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment and 20% discount for bank card holders during 16th to 30th March. Our product, our place. CIB.
The Ceylon Electricity Board says the rural areas will be empowered with a sufficient electricity supply under the Saubhagya Dakma concept. Accordingly, a national work plan is underway to provide electricity to villages through renewable energy sources. This process will also reduce the cost of electricity production by a considerable amount.
Development News was brought to you by Nivea along with CIB. Valuable gift vouchers for every bill payment and 20% discount for bank card holders during 16th to 30th March. Our product, our place. CIB.
And now in sports news, in soccer, striker Dani Olmo scored a stoppage time winner as Spain edged past Georgia in the 2022 World Cup qualifying Group B. Spain, who has not lost a World Cup qualifying game in 28 years, were behind at half-time after Kvichka Kvaratskhelia fired Georgia ahead. Manchester City's Ferran Torres slid home Jordi Alba's cross to equalise.
Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply. Business News. Sponsored by National Savings Bank. The safest place for your money.
Sino Lanka Power Gen has struck a deal with Keel's Food Products plc for the installation of a solar photovoltaic system on a revenue-sharing model at their factory in Ekarajala. With this roof-mounted and grid-connected power plant, Sino Lanka Power Gen brings the John Keel's Group closer to achieving its vision of a sustainable future, a news release from Sino Lanka said.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money. Contributory deposit of 1,000 rupees from NSB when your child enters grade 1. Open a Hapan Children's Service account for your kid today. Higher interest. Conditions apply.
Economic news, courtesy of...
Hello, Puta. Did you land already?
We're in transit and our flight got delayed.
How is Shani? Poor thing with her pregnancy.
Calm down, everything is sorted. Why, I have my LOLC World Card with me. We are at the VIP lounge.
LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
The proposed national policy on industries to safeguard, encourage and promote Lankan industrialists and entrepreneurs will be brought before the Cabinet of Ministers for their approval within the next 2 weeks, Industrial Minister Bimal Weerawansa said. Minister Weerawansa made these observations at the annual CNCI Achiever Awards 2020 organised by the Ceylon National Chamber of Industries in Colombo. Associated Newspapers of Ceylon was the media sponsor. A large number of local industrialists, manufacturers and entrepreneurs received certificates and awards for the excellent service to improve the Sri Lanka economy to a greater extent during the last year.
Congratulations on your promotion. When will be our treat, huh?
How about today?
Oh no, I was just joking.
It's fine. I have my LOLC credit card with me. Let's go out today.
Introducing LOLC Finance Credit Cards. Fuel the goodness in you.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
The Met Department forecast showers or thundershowers over most parts of the island during the evening or night today. Heavy falls of above 100 millimeters can be expected at some places in the Sabaragamuwa, southern, western, central and northwestern provinces. Showers can be expected in the eastern and Uva provinces and in the Hambantota district during the morning too. Misty conditions can be expected at some places in the central, Sabaragamuwa and western provinces during the morning. The general public is kindly requested to take adequate precautions to minimize the damages caused by temporary localized strong winds and lightning during the thunder showers. This weather report was issued this morning at 4:30 a.m. Further details could be obtained by visiting the official website of the department. In the sea areas, showers or thundershowers will occur in the sea areas of the coast extending from Galle to Trincomalee via Hambantota and Batticaloa. Showers or thundershowers will also occur at several places in the sea areas extending from Mannar to Galle via Puttalam and Colombo in the evening or night. Heavy showers can be expected at some places in the sea areas off the coast extending from Galle to Potterville via Hambantota.
Weather Report was sponsored by
Dialogue, in partnership with the Ministry of Education, introduces Nanasa, a trilingual educational mobile app with video-based lessons for grade 1 to A-levels. Now your child can study with ease on your mobile with no subscription fee.
And now the headlines of this news broadcast once again. Western Province schools for all the grades resume education activities after a year. The Sri Lanka government says there is no harm to the Sri Lankan shipments or transshipment matters due to the blockage of the Suez Canal. Stern legal action will be taken against those responsible for substandard coconut oil. A massive development program in the Nuwara area under the Visions of Prosperity to commence on the 23rd of April. The National Vesak Festival for the year 2022 will be held at the Kudagara Rajmahaviharya. The Cabinet to decide on PC polls today. In coronavirus news, 237 positive cases in total recorded yesterday. 2 more COVID-19 deaths bring the tally to 651. In news overseas, Mozambique, dozens dead after militant assault on Palma. In sports news, striker Dani Olmo scored a stoppage time winner as Spain edged past Georgia in the 2022 World Cup qualifying groups. That concludes this news broadcast, and now it's back to your friend and mine, as always, on a Monday morning, Sharifa Tahir on the other side to keep in great company with some wonderful music. Over to you, Sharifa.